Hey there, innovation champions. Melissa Dinwiddie here. The year I turned 31, I had an adult bat mitzvah ceremony. And ever the overachiever, I not only chanted all 7 lines of Torah in Hebrew, most bar or bat mitzvah kids or adults chant 1 line, not 7. I also chanted the entire Haftarah, which is a whole other portion from the Torah that typically is done by somebody else, not the person who is having the bar mitzvah. And I gave the drash, which is sort of like a mini sermon, and I led the entire service. Looking back, I can see that I was steeped in the notion of Cowboy individualism that really permeates American culture. And I believed that I had to do it all myself to prove my worth. And this mindset really pervaded my whole artistic life as well. Now, the adult bar mitzvah sort of came about kind of as I was developing my artistic life, so kind of side by side with it. And I bought into the story of the artist as the sort of solo genius, alone in their garret studio, creating masterpieces through sheer individual genius and brilliance. And then I berated myself whenever I felt stymied by blocks. Not very helpful. It was only later when I started singing jazz with a band, of course, not solo, and then performing improv in teams. And after that, years later, when I began working in corporate settings, that I realized that I had fallen for a lie. This notion of the solo genius, it's complete bunk. The greatest creative moments, the most brilliant breakthroughs that I personally have ever been part of, they've always resulted from cross-functional collaboration. Improv shows with players from diverse backgrounds, all listening and yes-anding each other. Jazz improvisations with various musicians playing different kinds of instruments, each contributing to the whole. Team members representing a variety of viewpoints, all building on each other's ideas. Now, this principle extends far beyond my personal experience. The most innovative solutions rarely come from isolated experts working all alone. They actually emerge at the intersection of different disciplines, different perspectives, and different skill sets. All you have to do is think about some of the most groundbreaking innovations of our time to see that this is true. Look at the iPhone. It wasn't just a product of brilliant engineering. It combined expertise in design, user experience, material science, and software development, all of those things. And Steve Jobs understood all of this when he famously said, Apple lives, quote, at the intersection of technology and liberal arts. And then look at the COVID. I kind of hate to think back at COVID because we're still, all of us, in sort of PTSD from that time. But, and, COVID still exists, but we're in the depths of a serious global pandemic for a number of years there, and the COVID mRNA vaccines weren't developed by lone scientists working all by themselves, but by collaborative teams that included immunologists, geneticists, computer scientists, and logistics experts, all working across organizational boundaries. And in both cases, the magic happened at the intersections, where different domains and perspectives and expertise collided and created something new. So how do we harness this cross-functional power in our organizations? Well, let me show you through my Create the Impossible framework. And if you have been following me at all, you know that the Create the Impossible framework has 3 steps. So we're going to go through those one at a time. The first element of my framework is play hard. That's all about creating space for playful exploration and experimentation. In cross-functional settings, this means deliberately bringing together people who wouldn't normally interact and giving them permission to play with ideas together. Now, this could look like inviting engineers to marketing brainstorms or having customer service representatives join product development sessions, whatever. The goal is to create unexpected collisions of perspectives. By establishing a playful environment where different viewpoints can interact without immediate judgment, you create the conditions for breakthrough thinking. And this is exactly what happens in improv, by the way. Players from different backgrounds bring their unique perspectives to the stage, and the magic emerges when they build on each other's offers without blocking or judging. I'll just drop that little seed in there. Now, the second element of the Create the Impossible framework is make crap. And this is all about giving ourselves permission to create imperfect first attempts. Cross-functional collaboration magnifies this principle because it removes the individual ego from the equation. When diverse teams work together on rough prototypes, no single person's reputation is on the line. And this principle is actually built into many innovation practices. The concept of the minimum viable product, or MVP, is essentially institutionalized permission to make crap, to create something incomplete, but functional enough to test and learn from. When teams from different functions collaborate on these early prototypes, they bring diverse quality standards and success metrics, which helps prevent premature perfectionism from any single perspective. So that's the second step of my Create the Impossible framework. Now, the third element is learn fast, extracting insights from each experience and iteration. And when teams from different functions learn together, they create like a multiplier effect. So an insight that might seem really minor from one department could really be revolutionary to another. Consider how different departments might interpret the same user feedback. So for example, engineering might focus on technical functionality, while design might see implications for user experience, or marketing might discover new messaging opportunities. And customer support might identify training needs. And when all of these perspectives come together to review the same information, guess what? Connections emerge that would be invisible when within siloed learning processes. So we want to break those silos. So what does this look like in practice? The question is, how do you actually implement cross-functional creativity in real-world organizations? So here are some strategies that I've found effective in work with organizations. The first is to create collision spaces, because innovation happens when different worlds collide. So how can we create physical or virtual spaces where people from diverse functions can interact regularly without a specific agenda? Now, this can look like a lot of different things. It could be virtual coffee chats that randomly pair people from different departments, or could look like cross-functional learning lunches where teams share their current projects. and or shared workspaces intentionally designed to mix departments so everyone's not always so siloed all the time, and or digital forums where questions can be posed to the broader organization. Those are a few ideas. These informal collision spaces can often spark connections that formal meetings are never going to be able to do. So what other ideas might you come up with? Second, rotate perspectives. This is another effective approach to temporarily immerse team members in different functions. Now, this could be as simple as having team members attend each other's meetings, or it could be as involved as a formal rotation program where people spend time embedded in different departments. Now, the goal isn't necessarily to build deep expertise in other areas, but rather to develop empathy and understanding across functional boundaries. This is so important because it creates the foundation for more effective collaboration when cross-functional teams come together. Third, celebrate cross-functional wins. Organizations get what they celebrate. So if you want more cross-functional collaboration, make it visible and make it valued. So what does this mean? Well, it means explicitly recognizing innovations that emerge from cross-functional work. It means sharing stories about how diverse perspectives led to breakthrough solutions. It means including cross-functional collaboration in performance reviews and recognition programs. What else might you think about that I haven't mentioned here? Whatever you choose to do, this signals to everyone that crossing silos isn't just permitted, but it's encouraged and rewarded. So important. So as leaders navigating our complex world, it's time to let go of the myth of the solo genius and embrace the power of cross-functional creativity. Because innovation doesn't happen in silos. It happens in the spaces between, where diverse perspectives and diverse skills and diverse knowledge domains collide and create something new. So let me ask you, what's one small step that you could take this week to break down silos in your organization and foster cross-functional creativity? Maybe it's inviting someone from a different department to your next brainstorming session, or spending an hour shadowing a colleague whose work seems completely unrelated to yours. Whatever you choose, remember your next breakthrough or the next breakthrough innovation in your organization is likely waiting at the intersection where different worlds collide and create something that neither could have imagined alone. Ready to break down silos and unleash the power of cross-functional creativity in your team or organization? Click the link in the description to book a complimentary innovation strategy session. Let's explore how the Create the Impossible framework can help you transform your team's collaborative approach to unlock unprecedented creativity and innovation across departmental boundaries. Now, if you found these insights about cross-functional creativity valuable, hit that like button and subscribe to join our community of innovation champions. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a new strategy for driving creativity and innovation in your work. And I would love to know your thoughts on this topic. Have you experienced the myth of the solo genius in your organization? How have you worked to break down silos and foster cross-functional collaboration? Or maybe you've discovered other ways to bring diverse perspectives together. Share your insights in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, stay playful, and keep creating the impossible together. See you next time. Ciao.